and you got that dude with the guitar firing flames out of it, and then you remember that the whole world is running out of gasoline, but he's firing flames out of his guitar, and you're like, that doesn't make much sense, but that's not the point, because you like the flame guitar guy. Warhammer is the flame guitar guy. They're too busy anyway. Imperial's got shit to do, like putting people to the stake. So, continuing
it's
there.
busybody work, man. That's stake putting.
Oh no, they told them to go fuck yourselves and try your best. Because at that point, once the planet was nuclearly bombed into oblivion, they thought to themselves, there's literally no point in salvaging this. They love digging trenches, and they love hitting people with trench shovels. That's one of their favorite melee weapons, is a good old shovel. They only have one real problem. They bring down morale for everyone else around them. There's a great image, I love it, and it's these two Tau. It's a Tau guy and his kid, and the dad checks under the kid's bed for monsters, and there's a bunch of Kriegsmen with shovels down there crawling out. Yeah, so you have no idea that this is a 16-year-old kid that's about to duke it out with Gazkull Thrakka, Ork war boss.
There's a fan art I need to see manifest.
a little Krieg baby. He's in diapers. He's got like a gas mask on, with a shovel in one hand and a grenade pin in the other. Let him believe that he will. We have tanks on ours.
Another solid quote. Another great quote to describe the Krieg. Right.
It's in GW's nature to do shit that doesn't make sense.
I thought this was taking a much more profound intellectual route. The only thing I know about the Silent King is, I said this last time, but he rides a throne and it's powered by like an old god or something.
Yep, he rides a pimp throne and he's got an enslaved god as a battery. It is fantastic.
That's like Tau level on the nose.
It is seriously obvious. And they were Geminis.
Mercury in retrograde, and
they were a bunch of cancers. At least the Necrons here were. You got a good head on your shoulders, DK, because that's exactly what happened. So the Khatan got fat. They got fucking fat on the souls of the Necrons. He got fucking Gucci shit, all right? He has a Supreme sticker slapped to the side of his goddamn rig. Zandrekh was just kind of sitting there, like biding his time, kind of petting his James Bond cat, and he was just waiting. So they've literally blasted gods into pieces and pokeballed them. And now they use them in their battles because they can. Bro, if I had a perfect recollection of the shit I texted girls when I was 14, bro, I would have ended it a while ago, man. No fucking way. Fuck that shit. This machine is more of a man than I'll ever be. It's cool to see the guy being represented as just the leader of the Necron race, not Unga Bunga Migo Smash, you know? You say warm fuzzies, but me saying that means I shit on Shy. But you actually have me worried now.
Oh, that is weird. That's
fucking,
very weird.
The fucking Brits, I swear to God, they put A's and U's and everything.
Luton cannot win this episode, dude.
Gray is spelled with an A, you idiots. A.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna use porn a lot in this episode. Because it is the best example for a lot of this stuff. All right, it's these pleasure cults they were so interested in, and then these fucking boomers came along. I heard that Shy has a gun, and I'm waiting, but I have seen the great meme of that farmer guy who says like, it ain't much, but it's honest work, and it's all of those tags on like hentai websites. And it's like all of those insanely depraved tags.
Oh God! And
it has to moderate them, and it's like shit like that. So that was just the Eldar society with those tags. I'd have a little marble on my arm, and it says "Mom." It's perfect.
Mom's protecting me from Slanesh.
That was like your pirate haven. You went in there if you wanted to do like some serious murder fucking. Like that was your bad man zone, right? She's got a pinky finger, and she's pulling, and she's a cat, and she's pulling a mug off of a table. All right.
Somebody has to make that picture, by the way.
Somebody little pinky.
That fan art has to be made.
We didn't really talk about the Ynnari, which is a bit of an important topic, but I have to save all of the Guilliman memes for that, so I'll have to wait on that one.
You know what they say, the path to hell is paved with good intentions.
Well, he's certainly not enjoying himself right now.
He's a corpse emperor now, so, I mean, you know.
Dude, he's chafing so fucking hard. Can I get Oberyn, but like, can I get him like the Tyler 1 meme where he's really short? Right in the background where he's like really scrunched, he's looking up at Zandrekh. Yeah, and that's what happened. He treated all of his prisoners of war to a breakfast feast. Along
so
with
weird
his
sounding.
After the Khan returned to his planet, he put his name in something called the Scrolls of Vengeance, which the White Scars like to do like hunts.
Grasp.
As people who have played plenty of Warframe and been like, oh god, what the fuck when it comes to Warframe's lore being convoluted and stuff. I'm glad that we've only gotten worse. You know, during this entire time of us talking, I looked up very quietly the creator of the segue, Dean Kamen, and I have to use this later. It's like, to call me king of the segue, I'm Dean Kamen. The Emperor is a shit dad, and we'll be talking about that soon. Honestly, these are all just theories, because the Emperor is pretty xenophobic and awful, and the old ones were meant to be very, like, raising up new species and being very kind and not genocidal. So, and it allowed them to fabricate things super easily, and it followed Subnautica Star Trek rules, where I take 2 stick and 3 rock and I get AR-15. You know, like you throw it into the thing, it like goes at a molecular level and it can reform, right? I take 3 leaf and 4 berry and I have pie. Remember Spy Kids? Remember that fucking little packet and they put it in the microwave and it turned into a burger? Emperor was a fedora wearing redder. He was atheist as they come. He was like, that you are not allowed to believe in gods. You are not allowed to believe in deities. He often would just decapitate any like priest. But the long and short of it is that he wins, and he unifies the entire bit of Earth, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I guess you could say that's pretty poggers, dude.
God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. So anyway, the Emperor made his group, right? And you're fired. And basically, Chaos was like, yo, that's some sweet drip, dog. I want some of that. And so they stole them. It's like that little kid who's constantly saying why. Like, why? But why? But why? It's like, you gotta stop him at some point. Eventually the answer is shut up, child. So,
okay.
Primarch Konrad Kurze, also known as the most terroristy man of all time, and was subsequently tortured like mad, with Konrad Kurze being like, why won't you fucking die? And he just kept on going. And he but then Big E came there, you know? And Big E was like, Horus, you ignorant slut. Look what you've done.
Word for word.
Verbatim,
that's what he said.
Verbatim, he's just like, Dwight, you ignorant slut.
I'm assuming he gets crushed like a little bitty baby bug.
He is flayed alive by a glancing psychic blast from Horus and like a maniacal laugh.
Jesus.
And that, right, which is why I kind of believe it's a guardsman more, because if it's like a custodian, like Horus is powerful, but custodians are really tough. And as that happened, Horus was just like, I cannot understate how dead he is. Okay? I cannot understate this. All right? Horus was all F4'd from existence. His soul, his pure soul, and his all memory of him was purged from like the plane of existence. Horus will never come back.
Wow.
Horus will never ever come back. He was completely deleted from the timeline. I cannot underestimate how dead this son of a bitch is. He is so fucking dead. Ironically, the Imperium right now is basically what Lorgar always wanted. Like, they worship the Emperor as a god. They have churches built to him. If you don't worship him, you're a heretic and you die. Like, it's literally what Lorgar wanted. Lorgar had the last laugh. Yeah. Naturally, the Emperor was quite the fedora wearer, right? He was quite the atheist. We've established this. The current ecclesiarch was a man named Paulus III, and he might have been the weakest baby back bitch of all the ecclesiarchs. You're literally like, you're the secretary to the president, and the president is like, go get me a Diet Coke, but it has to be Pepsi. You're like, sir, I can't do that. And they're like, kill him.
Wow.
And his last words, and this is the only thing about Gauche Vandar that I find fucking funny, is, quote, I don't have time to die. I'm too busy.
Wow.
It is the only Chad thing Vandar has ever done. Orcs refer to the old ones as the brain boys. Because of course they do.
Of course they do, sure, why not?
And the greatest part about squigs is that squigs are completely malleable and they do anything and everything. So a squig, a squig is about the size of a house cat or like medium-sized dog. However, squigs can increase and decrease in size depending on what it is. I literally have this in my notes. Food, bombs, whatever the fuck. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? I mean, they're pretty good. They're not quite as good as the Shock Jump Dragsta or the Boom Daka Snazwagon, but we'll talk about those maybe later.
Jesus.
The Orks believe in two gods, Gork and Mork. Have you actually never heard of Gork and Mork yet? No. Now Gork is brutal but cunning. Now Mork is cunning but brutal. I'm speaking verbatim here. So they believe that Gork and Mork are the most powerful orcs in existence, and they're constantly fighting each other. Eventually, the guardsmen run out of ammunition with their las guns, and then the company commander has an idea. He points his las gun at an enemy, and he goes bang, and then an orc falls over dead, and then the guardsmen look at him and they're like, and then all the orcs just start falling over them. The only thing stopping the orcs from actually destroying the entire galaxy is the fact that they're idiots.
How does one stop a law?
Often they kill each other once they've ran out of worlds, or they becomes kind of a problem. Everything gets doesn't work anymore because there's a fucking dude in it. It's a special stratagem, which is like an ability you can use in game called fly and Ed Butt. And what you do is you fly the model over an area, and then you immediately explode it. In the concept that the orc decided to attempt to headbutt the enemy by kamikazing their plane.
Having a good time. They're smiling and happy. I mean, who else can you say that for in the 40k universe?
And they got bomb squigs.
Yes, they have bomb squigs and face-eating competitions. And
I want to take that model and instead turn it into an orc with a bagpipe squig. and he just plays like he's like a Scottish fucking kilt. The cannon wagon is equipped with a big shooter and a super cannon. Oh, it can be equipped with the 3 big shooters.
Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure you can't give us your best orc impression?
I'm not gonna. Okay, there are a couple signs of that guy when you play Warhammer, and one of them is when you're on the other side of the table and he starts doing orc impressions. When that happens, I'm like, ooh, I'm not interested in this. There's a great rule called "Da Bosses Watch Him," where if an orc unit fails morale, instead of running, the boss just immediately kills 2 orcs and does damage to them, and then the morale is passed because the boss is watching. Don't run away.
Oh god. Oh, Bricky has been this is an actual stat. Bricky has been actually'd 1,537 times.
Nice.
And now I need to find different exclamations. I use the Lord's name in vain. Far too much.
Use snack food. Like holy bugles.
You know, suddenly I'm just like, man, these Lamenters, I'm suspicious now.
Are you suspicious now?
I'm suspicious of these Lamenters. They seem weird. They seem heretical to me.
Well, we'll talk about the Badab War in a moment, and then you'll change your mind. But
the Badab War.
It probably was the end until GW probably retconned it, because that's what they do.
They want to sell more Lamenters minis, of course.
Dude, then they won't sell Lamenters minis. You've seen these fuckers in their taxi cab ass looking.
That's true. They are. Well, I mean, you could custom paint them.
There's an orc that traveled back in time to kill himself, so he can have 2 copies of his favorite gun. What's that joke where it's like, don't fuck with us Lamenters fans. There are dozens of us. Dozens. He also had like a little scythe, I think called the Man Reaper. And he was fantastic. I know, right? I know.
Yeah, that's a whew.
He's pretty up there on bad dad medals. But there's a joke constantly where the Marines yell, "This silence offends Slaanesh." There's a great comic of a custodian, and it's like, all right, please write your full name here, and he just starts sweating.
Are they particularly hard to kill on the tabletop?
My fucking god. They are laughably hard, where these other 3 shield captains look like the JoJo Pillarmen, and they play the theme song every time they arrive. They're like completely naked and stuff. Mm-hmm. But the idea is that the custodians are like really, really, really gay because they've done nothing but be like stuck with each other for 10,000 years. They're all like really buff, oiled fucking men.
Those are the Pillarmen. Yep.
Yeah, you don't know SpongeBob.
No, I don't. Sorry, I don't know SpongeBob. I just assumed it was a funny meme. Sorry, man. Still haven't watched SpongeBob.
You can find me at Bricky on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I stream very often.
We just got a new one. I'm not sure who that is. I think it's a Harlequin.
Oh, it's Kekarak. All right, my friends. So remember 9/11? It's pretty bad, right? Yeah, I'd say it was pretty bad. So yep. Konrad Kurze looked at that. Konrad Kurze was like, I could do better. And that is the story of the Night Lords. He like blew through the crust and went very close to the molten core of the planet, and then he like had to punch his way back to the surface as an infant. So he already started off bad. And honestly, the only thing keeping the population growth in line was suicide.
Oh god. When that's your only form of population control, that's a warhammer.
And then Konrad Kurze said, "That is not my name, father. My people gave me a name, and I will bear it until my dying day. And I know full well what you intend for me. So..."
That sounded more like a pirate than Batman, but good effort, dude.
These guys are just like, yo, skin! And they just like slap it on them.
Yo, skin, and then...
I like Dorn a lot. I think he's really cool. But if you looked up in the dictionary, stick up its ass, you'd find a picture of Rogel Dorn. He's starting to become like a real gremlin. Like, between his pale skin and how far he's gone, he's just like, well, fuck you, I'm still gonna murder people. So he just kept on going. Despite initially holding Talos at bay, he blinded her with his acidic spit, deafened her with his augmented scream, and impaled and disemboweled her with his chainsword, and then tore her body to pieces.
That's a very Warhammer Vengeance death.
It's got the double scrote.
Yes, scroception. That's
You'll scrote me up, Scotty.
Let's not make that a t-shirt idea.
I respectfully disagree. Okay. They're like some of the best, which is surprising to me because Night Lords. Penny for your scrote. Figure out what our next topic might be.
There's too much scrotes in this episode.
I think it was something during the Horus Heresy where someone did some big psychic thing, and then the Tyranids were like, "Yo, is that gamer girl feet?"
Oh no!
and then they moved their way over. This is the big fight where it was kind of great because even though they may have won, it was a good chance to watch the Ultramarines get fucking bodied because the Tyranids arrived on this planet. Their boy man, Marnius Calgar, which is their chapter master. He's known as Papa Smurf. And because Guilliman is Grandpa Smurf. There's like all of these different the Execrate, which has a giant penis gun. There's like the Hive Mind are like super adaptable. I want to model a Tyranid that has like the fucking ball chin from like Men in Black. And I want to make it canon that his entire gun's ammunition is specifically made from scrotes. Yeah, they look weird too. They got like little scrotum heads. Speaking of scrotes, their heads, and Norka's like, "I got you, boss." And he runs up to it, and he fucking takes his big forehead and headbutts the shit out of it. Do you know what the motto of the Inquisition is? The actual slogan. The slogan.
What's that?
Innocence proves nothing. It's really terrifying because then he'll take like a giant like squad of like 100 Termagants or some bullshit and just like yeet them turn one. They're like, It doesn't mean like the Tyranids are overpowered or anything. Yep, it's all scrote in this one. This is I want this to be the title, Shy. I want to be Tyranids and the Return of the Scrote.
The Revenge of the Scrote.
I don't have a segue for this. Let's talk about the Imperial Guard.
Yeah, let's talk about the Imperial Guard.
When you reach over 30 years old, no offense, DK, there's two or three things happen, okay? One, you get really good at smoking meats. Or two, you become really interested in World War II history. Pirate-looking vest, and they have like a sword and a pistol. Entirely meant to keep the men in line. Unless it's the Krieg, and that's to stop them from killing themselves. And this is the boring bullshit. I don't give a shit about this. I want to talk about the Guard, all right? It's like some kind of book that you use to understand how to be a guardsman. That is generally used as toilet paper during the horrible fights that you have to deal with. And four, an Imperial Guard sanctioned wheelbarrow for your brass fucking nuts.
I mean,
you gotta roll them around, man. How are you gonna fight?
You gotta have...
You know, Hitler made the dumb, stupid fucking mistake of let's go fight the Soviets in Russia, and they were just like back. Oh, you're all freezing to death. Forward.
Yeah.
Sly Marbo threw a grenade and killed 5 orcs, and then it exploded. Sly Marbo poked the warp through the Eye of Terror. Sly Marbo has destroyed an entire Bane Lord class Titan turned Chaos by himself. However, it is not disclosed how he did this.
Really? It's just hearsay, huh? Mm-hmm.
Guardsmen need like a demon to like start butt fucking them before they actually start being like, be gone.
I see. Oh yeah, the drip Goku.
Yeah, where I did drip Trazyn.
Yep.
Trazyn the Infidrip. Yeah. Thor, he was the guy who led the charge against Doge Vandire during the Age of Apostasy, and he finds it tickles him pink because he gets to look at a space marine being scared.
What a fucking guy.
A copy of Battletoads.
Of course.
100% reliable information on the Alpha Legion. A clear, accurate, unedited photograph of a Diglett's body.
Oh no. Okay. Okay.
Oh. And a night size is like a transport aircraft for the Necrons. Often, if he needs to grab a few things, he'll just like fly it really close to the ground and just like suck them up, like old school UFOs and a cow.
Him.
It's the two of them doing like a buddy cop adventure.
Today's episode, Bricky, it's the worst trip to IKEA ever with the Drukhari.
Those Swedes.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It was like the Ohio. It was.
It's the Ohio.
It's the Eldar Ohio. He was making his way through. How do I explain?
I was really
this?
hoping you were gonna say he was making his way downtown. Was
he walking fast?
Yo.
Places about.
This is so stupid.
So, naturally, the Imperium is like a little more than we'd like. All right, yo, let's not with this. And all the guards were dead.
What a surprise!
It's almost like Vectis a fucker.
It's yes.
Like, I was sad when Konrad Kurze died. I was like, man, he had a bad time. But then I'm thinking about like the billions of people he morphed into a ball and put in a storm drain, and I'm like, they deserved it.
Yuck. Yuck. Fucking jeez.
They even have a stratagem called "Pray They Don't Take You Alive," or is it "Prey on the Weak"? I don't remember which one it is. And the Halfborn are generally like workers or slaves until they make their way up in the hierarchy. Trueborn are like, oh, I was born out of a womb. Oh, they're a bunch of pompous assholes, but they're also like horrendously effective in combat stuff. I want to talk about the homunculi.
All right.
Okay, so. Oh, here we go. We've got witch knives, djinn blades, husk blades, venom blades, weighted flails, razor flails, impalers, agonizers, vambrace blades, punch daggers, hydra gauntlets, hell glaives. Hold on, we're not done yet. Shard carbines, splinter pistols, heat lance, splinter rifles, haywire blasters, shredders, blasters, fusion pistols, dark lances, disintegrator cannons. Am I on a fucking Linkin Park concert?
Shai just posted a picture of them in the chat, as you can see.
I was about to say, is the guy on the top with the helmet Grendel Grendelson?
Yes.
At least it's not an elf one. At least it's not like the reinforcements. It's too bad. Get that little man. Oh, I'm gonna go fuck my brother.
Where did fuck my brother come from?
It's Eldar. I don't know. Like, this dates back to way back when. The moment Mr. Musk landed his fucking car on Mars, that's when the AdMech came around. They deem him as the prophet of the machine god.
Okay.
Which is why they sometimes clash a little with their ideas.
Yeah. A little bit. A little bit.
A little tad. The interesting thing I like about the Mechanicus a lot is they're hypocrites. They're horrible hypocrites. Okay, you've lived with a laptop your whole life, and someone just gave you a dual PC setup with 3 monitors. The cord management is what they look like, just naturally. Fucking terrible.
The cord management.
I haven't seen Family Feud for a while. I just like seeing what's his bucket's face whenever someone says a stupid fucking answer. That's all I know about Family Feud.
Steve Harvey.
Yes, Steve Harvey's stupid face when they say something dumb.
When Magnus did nothing wrong.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Shut up. Shut up!
Okay.
They like 7,
regardless,
it's fine. Yeah.
They like 7. It's a multitude of 7. Whatever. Thank you, Shai. I would have been actually so fucking hard if I let that go. All these dudes
leave it in the episode,
40 hours painting Mortarion. How dare you?
I was gonna say the Orks would probably really dig Khorne, and they'd probably really love to serve Khorne and be in his little realm of never-ending battle and chaos and destruction.
Oh, I mean, not only that, but I mean, Crumpin.
Of course, Crumpin.
Crumpin.
Crumpin, sure.
And there's the flesh hounds, which I always like to call corn dogs. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Good old Shy sent me a picture of a Khorne Sister of Battle. That's some fucking heresy right there. That's some real fucking heresy. No, I don't think she has a lot of lore. I think they just try to use her for porn. I think she turned to Slanesh. I don't really remember. Craftworld Eldar is like that bully who fucking gave you a swirly and punched your dick for 5 years in high school, and he's like, and now he's like 5 years sober. He's actually like doing a lot of help. He's really like trying to turn his life around. And you look at him and you're like, I should be nice to you, but go fuck yourself. That's Craftworld Eldar for me. When I worked at Dairy Queen, I had a manager. Shout out to you, Jacob, if you're hearing this. And I'm gonna actually him so hard.
Let's go.
One, Celestine is not very attractive. Celestine is noted as being like being like the saint, right? She's literally like librarian mom. She's not that like ooh. And secondly, what the fuck?
It'd actually be interesting to hear your take on Space Marines overall. Do you think they're cool but just get too much spotlight because of marketability? Do you think they're dumb and just needless overall?
Yes to every answer. I think they do get too much marketability. Listen, man, I'm gonna give them more respect than Luton did. So as far as I'm concerned, we got this. And they tried to negotiate a little bit, but the Tau warriors were like, nah, we're gonna destroy your whole city. Fuck you. So for 5 years, this siege took place. And that did not sit well with people because we were like, how dare they don't commit genocide? That's like the point. Fuck you. That being said, they are still significantly better than every other race in Warhammer. They still do accept younger races. I don't know exactly the term for it, but it's like I forget the exact term. It's not like cultural appropriation. It's none of that crap. But it's like no, not racist. Shy. I loved Sekiro. I loved the game, and it's like I'm like when I played that, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I was hoping for. And then like, hey, you gonna play Code Vein? Like, nope. There goes Shy posting weird fucking shit. I don't even get that. Why is that funny? Shy, I'm gonna ask you to please be civil here.
That's right.
And whenever you post it. You be smart with this one. You know, right. You have like the every vehicle looks like a church style of the Imperium or like the body horror Mechanicus. I like the Storm Surge. I think it looks fucking cool. It's a little boxy, but the Storm Surge is definitely expensive, but it's got a lot of missiles and a giant shoulder gun of doom.
I can see how that, you know, it's all missiles. It looks so fucking derpy.
If I never seen another Riptide in my life, I'll be okay. Because Riptides have like destroyed the game. Well, not anymore, but they did for a while. That is always known as the Pharaon. It's Phaeron. Pharaon.
So almost like Pharaoh, but with an N.
Yeah, GW isn't subtle. It's the Pharaon.
That's so
lightning
cool.
fast VCR repair. This is Necrons. How may I help you? Is the Mephrit dynasty. During the War in Heaven, they were all about stellar destruction, and they possessed the ability to supernova stars.
Oh well, that's
pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Oh boy. Some people call it the Nihilok. Some people call it the Nihilok. I call it the Nihilok because I think it's funnier. The Nihilok, I want to go over a little bit of what the Silent King has.
Okay.
On his pimp machine.
Yes, the Silent King and his pimp machine. Let's fucking go.
And he's got a bunch of pistols. Azagorod, the Nightbringer. He has one called Gaze of Death. Whenever he does, he looks at you.
and then
you just die.
And on today's episode, I don't know what's going on. Bricky, what are we learning about today?
I really enjoy keeping this from you. I think it's actually an enjoyable thing because it adds a little bit of suspense. And
it turns them into vampires, and that's why they have the little vials on their minis.
I'm gonna shed a tear. I raised that boy.
I'm learning, Mom.
I would kill for a Fulgrim model. I would kill everyone in this room, which is just me. I'd kill myself for a Fulgrim model. A good old Abbadon, or by his first name, his name is Isakyle. Or we just call him fucking Kyle if you feel like it. And also, what makes you think I've watched fucking Sword Art?
It's pretty garbage anyway, so it's better that you
Oh my god. Okay, so his name is Kyle. It is really, really cool. And the sword he's wearing, called the is the name of it's a powerful demon that's been known as many names in the history of mankind. There's a good meme where you're learning about the Horus Heresy and you're reading it on the wiki, and then you look to your right and you realize that the tab cursor hasn't moved. You're like, wait a minute, and you scroll there, you're like, oh my god, there's 400 fucking pages of Horus Heresy. Yeah. Yes, not the murdering fun. Well, I mean,
yeah.
Don't worry
it's
about
40K.
it.
Don't worry about it.
Because a combination of a bunch of giant space hulks slamming into the planets, the pestilence writhing its way through the planets, poxwalkers and zombies spreading it further, and large amounts of people were like, the Emperor has fucking abandoned us. Holy shit. Can confirm it did not necessarily work. Because Abbadon is an absolutely horrifying goddamn person.
Yeah.
And the Eldar were like, hey, don't really like you, you fucking freak. But we've got some common cause right now. So you know what they do with the phalanx? They fucking ram it.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
Oh my god. What does Krieg not do?
Well, win. Because honestly, we could have gotten the same hour-long episode done by just showing DK 20 minutes of that, and it would have done the same thing. And we will see you next week for the Indominus Crusade and the resurrection of Roboute Guilliman. Goodbye. They were able to cast this warp storm and be like, it sucks to be you. You can't make it to Terra, haha. And instead, because of like all of this, and Guilliman and Sanguinius was like, okay, all right, Lion, you're out of the group. You're out of the group. You've been banned from my server. Get the fuck out.
I'm surprised it took that long.
Yeah. Where Guilliman again survived an assassination attempt by word bearers. Because of course.
Of course, yep.
And secondly, if I were to ever die, I need you to make me something to make sure I don't die. I need something to help me. And I just imagining him looking at Celestine being like, my father would be disgusted by you. Like, you are a zealotous, insane demon.
Accurate.
And so all the action scenes and stuff, as cool as it is, for me, doesn't hold a candle to talking. I love good talking. Writing conversations is cool.
So cool.
So the silence was finally broken when a Khorne berserker screamed and threw himself at Guilliman, because of course it's Khorne. No, it's not going to be what I would like to call a good time.
That's one way to put it.
No, don't you understand? In the Warhammer 40k universe, you need to be subtle.
Oh! I don't want to be friends with that guy.
Don't worry, he won't be your friend.
It's true. It's fucking true.
So they're like climbing a fucking skyscraper, being like, Jesus loves me, this I know, 'cause the Bible told me so. And they will shatter whatever remains of their spine and rip their spine out and put it in a glass box mounted on the dormitory to serve as a warning.
Holy shit. Yeah. This school is just like, yeah, imagine it's Berserk, but you're Casca.
DK. I liked it better when this was. I liked it better when the kids were in the walls. I hope they've dimmed the lights since last time because it was really bright. These are really high level people, and finding individuals of this power is rare. And they're a little bit more careful with how quick they'll throw them into the walls.
I want to know more.
Well, I don't want people to gatekeep Angron's feelings, because that's pretty a low you can hit. But there is definitely interest. Are you angry, little Ang? And Duck's like, woof. It's like, me too. That guy's a douche.
That guy's a fucking douche. You know, you gotta say it like you're from Pittsburgh. That guy's a fucking douche.
Fucking douche.
Douche.
No, at least not from Cleveland. Do you remember in the Guilliman episode, the Ultramarine episode, they had that big battle with the Word Bearers and the Fedora Lex ship? And you remember that, right? I have never seen a woman walk with fucking nuts of tungsten, with ovaries of pure titanium like this before. We'll see you next week for more World Eaters and for tungsten ovaries Latara Sarin. Yeah, you gotta put it on your face, make like teardrops.
Oh no.
Yo, yeah, cut out damage on the forehead. Mamma mia, Lorgar Pizzeria.
Yeah. Stop.
But it looks like Quagmire after he figured out what internet porn was.
Oh my god, you're right, every picture is just like him with a really buff as shit left arm.
Khorne does love Karm. His model does look a little bit like the Chad meme, I will admit. It's actually really close.
It does.
It's really close. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's talk about my folder on my goddamn fucking desktop that says Latara Sarin ab pictures and show how it is fucking empty. Let's talk about Latara Sarin. Where is my Latara Sarin surname, the Conqueror's Abs? That is that's her fucking title now.
I hear the wiki is very long and has a lot of pseudo information that you're just gonna love just shuffling through.
I'm just gonna read the fucking book.
Good call. Get the official source, Lord. Good.
Okay. Actually, that is a great segue. Just call me Dean Kamen. You know Dean Kamen's dead?
Really?
Thanks for not doing the pineapple pen meme.
No problem.
I was terrified.
Because I was like, Melta sounds kind of like it should be a flamethrower because it's gonna melt you. So I was
put the drums in, Shy. Put the drums in. More drums. I want more drums. And then they are just drooling, walking, lobotomized people until that someone says the secret word. They're like, Disneyland, and then they just go into a crazy fucking like murderous rampage, and then they go Universal Studios, and then they turn off again. The Saint of the Bloody Rose, which is the petals, the rose petals. It looks like little pizza on the left hand side. And the Ecclesiarchy was like, we're gonna try to use her for our game. The first thing she did was immediately leave.
Of course.
And we'll see you next episode. If I'm still on the show. I'm the anchor that brings you back to the fucking surface. My girlfriend recently got horribly drunk. And with all of my friends up in LA, was going to name one of the drinks the Forget Me Juice. From the goddamn Schola episode, and I already know what's going to be in it, so you better prepare your fucking asshole, man. Like one of the Nostromo phrases is Shrila la Lerel, which is whore that mates with dogs.
That definitely, I was not expecting that.
And with the dust that remains, I will take the echo of damnation into the sacred skies above Terra and rain the ashes of 20 million mortals down onto the Emperor's palace. Then they will remember us. Then they will remember the legion they once feared. So if we want to set the tone for the episode, this dude's like, yeah, 20 million children. I'm going to take the ashes and just sprinkle them over fucking the Emperor's throne. The Atramentar.
These are such weird names. Like, GW naming is so confusing sometimes.
It can be. And I mean, yeah. A whore that mates with dogs. Actually, speaking of scrotes, all right, DK, I need to ask you a question you probably get daily, all right? Yeah, and then the Texas guy in the comments is like, "Is I hear about California?" Chasing a young boy on a rooftop who was attempting to diddle a lady. And he eventually gets stricken by these horrible visions, right? And Kurze, for months, evaded and hid and stalked in the shadows of the fucking flagship of the Dark Angels.
No way!
He fucking vented, dude. He actually vented.
Or was he just looking for Sevatar?
I think he was doing both. Eventually, he eventually sends in the sororitas prisoners.
The barefoot sorority sister. Who's going to be the first artist that tries their hand?
No, this has to be the next comic of the Schola Progenium is the feeding gallery. Imagine me trying to be like making a take like that and being like, yes, so this gallery, right? It's covered in feet. It's just covered. Like, let's talk about the feeding gallery. Like, a traitor legion would most likely be a better way to describe them.
Gotcha.
That being said, they sure as shit act chaos.
Yes, they do. Yep. I only took a passing glance at the cover and I didn't notice that. And oh god, the Spider-Man meme works so good here.
It does. So, you're Alfarius.
It's a big chain sword. Holy shit, that's a chain greatsword.
It's a chain car.
It might as well be. That's a fucking Jesus.
It's a bladed conveyor belt.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Did you know that his flagship is called the Alpha?
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm gonna name my flagship the Sigma. And you can have your flagship the Ligma.
Oh, I was about to say you should have. Oh, you bitch! I was about to do that. I was about to.
Hydra Dominatus is a pretty cool war cry.
Yep.
It's nowhere near as cool as Ave Dominus Nox. Fuck you. But now we can move on to important things.
Yeah, like Latar Seren Ab pictures.
That you've done your work with my Thunder Warriors. Also, when you say that you're not Alfarius, you know how girls always say they're fine when they're not fine?
But you have to pretend like you're fine, and they just don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you pretending like you're not Alfarius. I know the truth. I know you.
Whoa. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. No, we're both about to say the exact same thing. We both were just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, you don't know what's going on.
I have no clue. No idea.
We are going to be pulling off a squig tier list. I love the half second it took you to just process that. I think Squid Pipe belongs in S tier.
Yeah, low S tier, but S tier nonetheless.
It's the lowest. It's S minus.
Yeah, exactly. It just makes it in because it's so memey and stupid and just.
Apparently, they secrete like some kind of like LSD gas. So apparently,
really?
it's just a living hookah, and then all the green boys sniff it. And they're like, "Oh yeah." This is the bag squig. It's a bag.
D.
All right, so that was the buzzer squig. This is the buzzing squig. The buzzing squig. It is the ultra squig. It is a squigma male.
You have to put that in S tier.
S for squigma male. The squig trillionaire mindset.
Oh, stop!
Get on that squig grind set. All right, I'm on the squig grind set. All right, I'm a squigma male. You either are on the squig grind or you're food for the squig.
Oh boy, how did we
S
get here?
for squigma male.
Squigma. Oh yeah.
Do you really hate it? I think it looks kind of funny.
I hate it. Well, it looks funny, but can you imagine taking a bite out of that?
I mean, yeah, it looks funny.
It does. It looks funny, but I wouldn't want to like cut into that and be like, oh yeah, tasty.
These are often used as binge eating contests, and they've got giant sawtooth mouths. And is this the hair squig?
What?
S rank. It's hair. It's literally just hair.
It's just hair?
It is a squig that they use for hair. It is their hair.
Oh.
Orks don't have hair. If they have hair, it's because they have a squig that's hair on them.
So if you see an orc that has hair, it's actually a squig?
It is a squig being used for hair. Squigs are wigs.
Stupid. That's so stupid. I love S for stupid.
S rank.
That's the most orc thing I've ever fucking heard.
I like this guy a lot because they literally are used as ramming squigs with giant horns, and then sometimes if they get shot or killed or something, an orc will strap it to its forearm to use it to shank people. I kind of want to put it in S tier.
Ooh.
Is it good enough to be with hair squig and cape squig? Their digestive juices combined with a special liquid causes them to explode, but they need to shake them. So they shake them like a. So they grab them. They're like shake, 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 and then they throw them at people. This is the mimic.
Oh, please tell me it's a squig that just mimics anything on the battlefield.
It's an orc parrot.
Oh my god.
It's got a giant. Look at the beaked mouth. It mimics what they say. They say like oh, lads, more DACA. I was like, yeah, more DACA.
S tier. Put that motherfucker in S tier.
Swab squig.
What'd it do?
It is a. What the fuck does it do? Oh my god, it's a mop. They also are used for emergency handkerchiefs. Wait a fucking second. Shy, did you list squigs under anime and manga, you fucking shitlord?
Good one. No, this is so anime.
He was the first ever Grandmaster and the founder of the Officio Assassinorum, in case you needed him to be sketchier. I'm ready for Shy to name this episode the Officio Assassinorum Fortnite in the 41st Millennium.
The thumbnail has to be one of the assassins chug-jugging with an actual energy thing.
No, I want all four of the assassins to be doing like the point finger during the default dance at the same time. This episode has gone off the rails. Okay, we need to get back on track. And they actually have it made of the necrodermis living metal for the Khatan, which is either they don't know what they picked up or they are doing some real heresy. But like I mentioned before, the assassin temples are a lot more get the job done. I don't remember if I told you specifically about this, but these guys are basically Clockwork Oranged. They are mentally just barraged with death, destruction, horror, gore, pain, ecclesiarchy, hymns, and then they are shoved with as much LSD and toxins and murder, death shit that they can stick inside of them. If the Callous Assassin was extreme booba, this one's extreme bomba.
Oh no. Big Bomba versus Big Boba.
This one can turn it up to the point where it can literally drain the soul of a psyker. And it uses it to power its giant helmet, and it has a big laser and it shoots you with it afterwards.
Damn!
Fuck, that's right. This is where you can get canonical cat girls. Shit.
Favorite faction. Let's go.
Fuck.
Let's get those cat girls. Let's get those Necos. Right? Okay, this is where you can do 40k Necopara, right?
And then there's the Vanus Temple. The Vanus Temple is entirely about intelligence gathering. Speaking of thing, Dean Kamen.
Wow, great segue.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Dean Kamen. Speaking of speed, today we're talking about the White Scars. We shouldn't give Jaghatai control of a whole legion this fast. You know what people said that?
What?
Guilliman and Rogal Dorn. Who would have fucking guessed? Rogal Dorn and Guilliman didn't like his wanton enjoyment of going fast as fuck boy. Then he received a communication from Russ and said, Altharius Omegon is beating my sphincter in.
Okay. Ooh. I was gonna say, you shouldn't be able to see a White Scar with them zipping around so much.
They're being so damn fast.
Yep,
you can see them, but they're just like blurs. They're like those
just white blurs. Yep.
They're like those little squiggly bits that get stuck in your eye fluid, and whenever you try to focus on it, it goes away. That would be the Craftworld Eldar, or the oh god, this is gonna be hard to pronounce this. The Asuryani.
Sure.
Little Asuryati.
Yeah, little Yachty. Let's
little
go.
Asuryati.
Little Asuryati. Little Yachty.
But at the same time, their highs, it's the reason they all started ass knifing.
The ass knifing. Oh no. Please don't make fan art of that.
And so it's like putting a rug over like a steaming shit. Where like you could still smell the shit, and yet they insist that Guilliman is fucking your brain.
They had one civil conversation thanking Yvraine for her services. That's it. Just very respectful of each other. But no, they're fucking. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You can't talk about Dreadnoughts without talking about Murderfang the Curseborn. Which is a real name. An actual real name. Hang on, I'll get you the picture. unless Shy beats me to it.
Oh, that's fucking great. Murderfang.
Murderfang.
That's the most.
He's got a bit of a goofy face.
No, really.
He's got a goofy face.
Whoa.
Funnily enough, you can see, like, you can easily tell that he's a Space Wolf Dreadnought.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the ice talons. Yeah.
But they don't even know who he is. So they basically the Space Wolves just found a Dreadnought, or at least something that looks like a Dreadnought, wandering around on some planet somewhere, and they were like, I don't know who this is or what this is. Don't know what the deal is. Let's take it home. It's called Murderfang now. You can't talk about Dreadnoughts without talking about Murderfang the Curseborn. Which is a real name. An actual real name. Hang on, I'll get you the picture. Unless Shy beats me to it.
Oh, that's fucking great. Murderfang.
Murderfang.
That's the most.
He's got a bit of a goofy face.
No, really.
He's got a goofy face.
Whoa.
Funnily enough, you can see, like, you can easily tell that he's a Space Wolf Dreadnought.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the ice talons. Yeah.
But they don't even know who he is. So they basically the Space Wolves just found a Dreadnought, or at least something that looks like a Dreadnought, wandering around on some planet somewhere, and they were like, I don't know who this is or what this is. Don't know what the deal is. Let's take it home. It's called Murderfang now.
In terms of dice, we have no dice.
We have none of the dice. That's crazy. That's great. Thank you to everybody that picked up some dice.
So let's talk furries.
What a transition. Let's go. All right, let's talk about furries.
That is a cool idea, but I think I'd prefer a really buff Watcher in the Dark and CSI Inquisition first before we get into that.
Yeah, guys, make the memes before you make anything really serious. Come on.
I guess you could say that this podcast... The planet of Catachan is known for every single plant and animal to be hostile to humans.
Oh, gotcha.
And if there's an Australian joke there,
that's yep. You gotta watch out for those. What are they? Drop pandas? Drop koalas? Is that the meme? When you go to Australia, you gotta watch out for the drop koalas or something.
Oh, I don't know, man. Instead, we have the brain leaf.
What?
And the Catachan devil. There's the Venus man trap. We're not being subtle with this one.
No.
All right, you want to know a funnier one?
Oh, God.
Drake bats.
Just imagine bats that are swooping around, just supersonic Drake songs. I was trying to think of a Drake song. Yeah.
They do. They also have a mini that looks exactly like the guy from Predator.
Yes, they do.
Dylan! You son of a bitch!
And then the meme with the gripping biceps.
It's so good. It says, this place is crawling with things that want to eat you. That rifle doesn't put you on top of the food chain. It just gives you a chance to not be at the bottom.
That's a great quote.
They also consider Cadians to be, quote-unquote, a bunch of pussies.
Of course they do.
He has a specific rule in the game known as been there, killed it. Where if he's fighting any monster character, he rerolls all wounds, I think. Quote, back home, I once fancied me a pair of Catachan devil boots. Killed me half a dozen of the gray ugly critters, but never found a single one that wore any.
What a fucking guy. What a fucking fuck. What's the little hat skull speaker on his shoulder for?
I think it might be just to yell at him orders.
That's what his master just yells orders at him through? That's great.
Holy shit, I didn't read this part about Nork. Nork was selected by the Schola Progenium to serve in the Astra Militarum due to his ability to write his name, N is for Nork, being able to count to 4, and speak fluently and understand orders without hesitation. A rare milestone in Ogryn development.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that. That's so good. And now let's take it over to my colonial friend here.
I'm not sure.
At first I thought that was Dean Kamen. It's not Dean Kamen.
Ouch.
Actually, I feel like never mind. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this extra episode. That's ridiculous. Within the first hour of the book, he has a debate with a priest about why God is cringe. God is, like, believing in God is cringe. Quote, Perturabo, M30. No, that would be our good illiterate friend, Rogel Dorn.
Our good illiterate friend.
So Purdy was friends, ironically, with two people, Ferrus Manus and Fulgrim.
Do you just call him Purdy?
Yeah, Purdy.
Just gonna throw that out there out of nowhere, huh?
His sister called him Bo.
Did she really?
Bo.
Hey, I know, but
he didn't like it very much, but he liked his sister, so it was okay. And then Ferrus Manus, but I don't know anything about Ferrus because Iron Hands Lamau. Goodbye,
Okay.
Ferrus.
All right, cool.
But he was like, I got it. I broke through Dorne's defenses. Get fucked, and then he left.
That's a big
Like
deal.
I said, this is the fucking God is cringe asshole, but he can back it up. But at the moment, I think he's in his attic.
He's finally able to just sketch and doodle. Yeah.
But he's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Very cool.
He
Cool
is
as
pretty
iron.
cool. Good old Bo. My name has been Bricky. God is cringe. You'll find me at Bricky everywhere. Let's go.
been a good
Iron Within.
episode.
God is cringe. Iron Within. God is cringe. Iron Within. God is cringe.
It's kind of right.
I know. Within the first hour of the book, he has a debate with a priest about why God is cringe. God is like believing in God is cringe. Quote Perturabo M30. No, that would be our good illiterate friend Rogel Dorn.
Our good illiterate friend.
So Purdy was friends ironically with two people, Ferrus Manus and Fulgrim.
Do you just call him Purdy?
Yeah, Purdy.
Just gonna throw that out there out of nowhere, huh?
His
Just call him
his sister called him Bo.
Did she really?
Perturabo.
Bo.
Hey,
I
Bo.
know, but
He didn't like it very much, but he liked his sister, so it was okay. And then Ferrus Manus, but I don't know anything about Ferrus because Iron Hands Lamau. Goodbye, Ferrus.
all right, cool.
But he was like, I got it. I broke through Dorne's defenses. Get fucked, and then he left.
That's a big
Like
deal.
I said, this is the fucking God is cringe asshole, but he can back it up. But at the moment, I think he's in his attic.
He's finally able to just sketch and doodle. Yeah.
But he's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Very cool.
He
Cool
is
as
pretty
iron.
cool. Good old Bo. My name has been Bricky. God is cringe. You'll find me at Bricky everywhere. Let's go.
been a good
Iron Within.
episode.
God is cringe. Iron Within. God is cringe. Iron Within. God is cringe.
It's kind of right.
I know.
Yeah.
Nah.
I like Sanguinius a lot. I like the Blood Angels too. I can't wait for the Blood Angels episode. Resets the clock. So how about this episode not going an hour, Bricky?
This is your fault.
As we get totally off topic.
Well, the last one I had to correct real quick was
Why would you make Perturabo a demon?
I don't know. Maybe because of the Demon Forge Breaker. Maybe because he's been in the Iron Terror for too long. Maybe because they want to sell a mini. I have no idea.
Okay. They want to sell a big mini. Yeah, they want to sell a $100 plus mini. Okay.
Yo,
Damn.
for all your jokes about my mother's obesity, you sure claim to have intercourse with her a lot. Curious. It is actually Medusa's snake hair, but in metal coiled snakes.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Shut the fuck up, DK.
I'm just saying, man. I have very few talents and skills in this world, but my powers of foresight on this matter are top.
You know when Kurze would only see a dark and depressing future?
Yeah.
When he was actually seeing was Adeptus Ridiculous. Where can they find you, DK?
TKettleDiamantes everywhere on all the things. Do the stuff.
Yeah, you can find Shy Quite, Shallow, etc. But
I can
yeah,
only picture Vulcan as Brock Lesnar now, just suplexing some fool orc into oblivion.
is that a wrestler?
Yeah, he literally, whenever you hear a wrestling fan like scream Suplex City, it's because Brock Lesnar, all he does is suplexes. That's it. That's his moveset is like 30 suplexes in a row.
Well, there it is then. So, anywho, after the War of the Beasts happened, I don't know. It's like anime wrestling. I don't know. He kind of eventually said, nah. He's like, a bunch of green visions began to overwhelm him. There was no good crump. There was nothing. It was just a meat grinder, and it wasn't the good kind.
What's the good kind of meat grinder?
No,
what's he up to?
Getting his head cut off by space wolves. One time he got eaten by a Moloch. Minus a Bricky. I'm gonna go see me. TK, end the episode. End the episode.
No, Bricky, I don't know how. I think you gotta keep trying, buddy. I can't properly.
You're a genuine dick sucker. Go see TKettleDiamantes. They look shy and quiet, shallow.
One more for the road. See you next week.
First one we got here is the Goths.
Do they like shopping and Hot Topic? Sure that joke's never been made, eh? They're Goths. Like, sounds a lot like goth. But it's... You guys couldn't hear, but Bricky literally left the chat at that.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Hey, I'm back.
What happened to your connection, bud? You all right? Everything okay on your end?
Shut up. Just stop. I don't want to hear anymore. See? Very Death Skulls. Ludas.
Yeah, very Death Skull. Yeah. It's a boomer song for sure.
Well, I like boomer songs.
I see bad moon around.
Oh, that song. Yes. Okay, I got it. We're good.
I just had to sing it very horribly for you.
It's all right. You make up for it with the orc impressions. We're okay.
Nice. Damn. So, did the orcs like him?
Well, he's the sneakiest git.
That's true.
He's the boss of a group called the Sneaky Gits.
This is where you say goodbye. See you next week.
I'm ending the recording. When I say this, it's gonna sound like a lesbian pillow fight situation.
Okay, I'm ready. If a Sister of Silence was ever to like procreate and have a kid, would that mutation pass on to the kid? Or is that not something that can genetically pass down?
I think you're getting a little too deep, and GW probably doesn't even know that themselves.
Okay. Just checking.
Now draw her telling me it's gonna be okay. The joke is I have to drink. I'm not going to the actual bar.
Oh, well still, it's like, it's not even noon yet. You're gonna go drink. What are you gonna go drink? What would you drink at this hour? Are you gonna make a screwdriver? You're gonna make a corkscrew or whatever? What?
I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna go to bed instead.
That's a much better answer. That's a much healthier answer.
The only thing that I want to be silent is you, DK. And most Necrons see his return and they're like, oh yes, the king is, our leader is, our glorious leader is back, and they bow to him. But Imhotep went and said, fuck off.
Okay.
But during this time, all the dudes that were fighting over the throne decided that high-ranking noble revival, like waking them up, was to be suspended. Because they didn't want any more competition for the throne until someone picked it up.
That makes sense. First pick up people, they were like, let's try this fool. And Storm was like, find out.
Yeah, fuck around and find out, kid. He has two particular problems. One, he fucking hates orcs.
Okay, so he's like the rest of the galaxy, sure. If you could have one mini get revamped and released as a new mini by GW right now, what would it be?
Any mini?
Like, you could tell them what the next new mini is gonna be, and they will insta-make it. What are you telling them to make?
Shit.
It's like such a loaded question. You can't put me on the spot like that. There's so many things.
We're doing a stream once a week, every weekend. Stop by or check out the YouTube. Ring the bell, whatever you gotta do in order to make sure you see it. All right. I'll see you later.
We should probably set up a specific time for those so we can tell people to just be there at like 10 a.m.
All right. I'll see you later.
Why bother when the humans are willing to turn to chaos and be heretical all the fucking time?
Yeah, but chaos is based. Take the green pill, DK, to Nurgle. Okay, you say this about all this kind of stuff, or about these Nurglings and all that, but you have not. Yes, thank you, Shy. That's the sassy Nurgling. He is actually an addition to a Death Guard model.
The only thoughts in my head can't be portrayed with the. I was trying to make a thoughts joke with the. It didn't. End the fucking episode. God.
You know, Nurgle loves a good brothel. Plenty of disease being traveled through there.
Yep. It's, to be fair, it's 40K, it's the Imperium. Of course innocent people died.
Innocent people dying is all the rage around here. It's the new pastime.
Innocent people dying is the new black.